All right, everyone. So this is the first of I don't know how many no-bake desserts that I'll do in this video. So this is a no-bake cheesecake. I love cheesecake. All you're going to need for this is one 8-ounce tub of whipped topping, some vanilla, two 8-ounce bars of cream cheese, and they should be at room temperature, so soft enough to mix with a hand mixer, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. You'll need some, depending on what kind of crust you want, either graham crackers or any already bought made crust, or like a crust dough you want to make. What we're going to do, I'll show you when we get to that part. Okay, so I have my two 8-ounce bars of cream cheese in there. I had them out all day. I took them out of the freezer this morning, so hopefully they're soft enough. I just kind of moved it around with a spoon, but I'm going to go ahead and take the hand mixer and just mix it so it creams it up a little bit. Okay. All right, so we got it creamed up a little bit, make it a little easier to work with. This recipe is actually so easy. So now we're going to put in our tub of whipped topping. And you're going to use the whole thing. All right, we're going to mix this. All right, so after you got that mixed together, you want to throw in your sugar and some vanilla. Vanilla, I don't measure, I just throw it in there. And just mix that. Okay, and that's all there is to it. We're going to bring over the pie pan I'm going to use, and I'll show you what we do for crust. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using an 8x8 pan, and this particular pan has a lid to it, a plastic lid, so it works out perfect. The reason I use this is because neither one of us really like crust. So any type of crust, I used to make graham cracker crust where I crushed it, mix it with sugar and butter, and put it in a pie. It just becomes too thick, too hard, or even like a Pillsbury crust, it's just not our kind of crust. So what we found is when I made the Claire tort, and I just lined the bottom with these graham crackers, just as they are, it was perfect. Let me go get one more square piece there. Okay, so I have my square piece here, and it doesn't matter if it overlaps or whatever. So what happens is when you put the filling in here the next day, by the next day, maybe even tonight, I don't know, but by the next day, this crust is totally soft. So it's like you don't even have a crust. It's perfect for us. So if you're not a fan of crust, but still need a bottom for your filling, put your filling in, do this. I guarantee by tomorrow, there's not going to be an ounce of hard graham cracker in there. It's all going to be soft. So that works out perfect. So that's the reason I'm not doing a pie pan, because I can't shape this perfectly around a pie pan. So this 8x8 works perfectly. So now we just got to put our filling in, and that is it. Put it in the refrigerator to chill, and that's all there is to making a no-bake cheesecake. Now when this is ready to eat, Glenn likes to have his piece sit out for a long time, because then it gets really, really soft. So I'm just gonna fill in all this pie, this pan, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, so anytime I make like a pudding pie or anything, I make it in this. And that is the crust I use. Is just put graham crackers as they are down at the bottom. Try to get it evenly. Not that it matters. It's not going to be wrong. All right. So there it is. Just I'm going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator. Let it chill. By the time we're ready for dessert tonight, this will be ready to eat. You can put any topping you want on it, but that's all there is to making a no-bake cheesecake. All right, everyone. So this is no-bake dessert number 2. So I think there's going to be a total of 4 no-bake desserts in this video. So this is going to be no-bake peanut butter bars. So what I need for this, or what you'll need if you make it, is 1 cup of melted butter, which is 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of creamy peanut butter, 2 cups of crushed graham crackers, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and then you're going to mix all that together. So let's put everything in here. So I got my 1 cup of melted butter. Again, that's 2 sticks. And then you need a cup of creamy peanut butter. Well, this big jar is almost at the end, so I'm gonna just wing it, not measure it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a cup. And peanut butter can be very rich in peanut butter bars, so you want to make sure it's to your taste. Okay, so we got that. And now we need 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, basically crushed graham crackers, and I've already crushed them. So 2 cups of graham crackers equals out to 1 whole pack of graham crackers plus 3 cookies, 3 of the graham cracker cookies. All right, and now 2 cups of powdered sugar. And that will add a lot of sweetness to it as well. And I just dumped powdered sugar all over my mixer. Okay, and we're just going to mix this together. All right, so now it's mixed. Now we're just going to put this in the pan we're going to be using. I'm going to be using an 8x8. I believe you can use a 9x13 if you want to make it like thinner. Look, we'll see what the 8x8 does. And what I've done is I put some parchment paper in the 8x8. So I'm just going to put the peanut butter filling directly on the parchment paper, so when it's ready to be served, I can pull it right out and cut it from there. And I'm actually going to cut it in more like bite-sized pieces, just because I know peanut butter can be very rich. Ooh, all right. All right, so this is all the peanut butter mix. It's all spread out. And what I'm going to do now is make the chocolate frosting. Now, you can do this either one of 2 ways. The easy way would be take a cup and a half of chocolate chips, either milk chocolate or semi-sweet, add a quarter cup of peanut butter and put it in the microwave to melt. Or you can do a different chocolate frosting, which is what I'm going to do, because the semi-sweet chocolate chips is really bitter for me, and I usually don't end up eating that frosting. So I did use that on the eclair tort that I made, the no-bake eclair tort. So this time I'm going to go ahead and make the frosting that I like. Okay, so now it's time to make the chocolate frosting or icing, whatever you want to call it. While I'm making this, I do have the peanut butter in the refrigerator just chilling. And so let me tell you this. If I had milk chocolate chips, I would be doing it that way, because I love milk chocolate, but I only have semi-sweet. So I'm going to do it this way. So first we're going to start off with one half cup of butter, softened obviously, and 1/2 cup would be just one stick. And then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of milk. And then we're going to do 3 cups of powdered sugar. I probably should just put one at a time at the end and just mix it that way. I think that's how I did it the first time, but I guess we're just going to go with it now. So yeah, using the chocolate chips would definitely be easier, but I'm doing it this way. Alright, so we got 3 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then last it's going to be 4 tablespoons of cocoa. So this is what I have. And now I'm just going to mix this all together. Okay, I usually just stop to scrape the sides, make sure everything's in there. I love this frosting. I haven't made it much, but the first time I made it was on peanut butter bar dessert, but that was an oven baked one. So this is the quick no bake. All right, I'm just gonna test it. That's good. So remember, with all the powdered sugar that went in here, that went in the peanut butter bars, plus the peanut butter, you're gonna have a lot of sweetness. So when I cut these, they might just be bite-sized bars. All right, so I have my peanut butter mixture here, and now I'm just going to take my frosting and frost it, and then I'm just going to throw it in the refrigerator and let it chill for at least an hour. Yeah, I know this this chocolate frosting here, you might think it would be a little bitter from the cocoa powder, because cocoa powder is bitter, but with the amount of powdered sugar you put in there, it really takes that bitterness away and gives it a lot of sweetness. All right, everyone, so that's all there is to making no-bake peanut butter bars with chocolate frosting on it. Now I'm just going to throw it in the refrigerator, let it chill for about an hour before I take it out and cut it into pieces. Again, having the parchment paper hang over the sides is going to make it easy for me to just pull the whole thing out and cut it like that. So stay tuned. We'll be back in about an hour to cut it into pieces. Alright everyone, so here are the peanut butter bites. I cut them into just bite-sized pieces because I know they're going to be sweet. I didn't leave them in the refrigerator long enough. So when you do this, if you'd like to do this, leave it in the refrigerator for at least an hour. Glenn's getting a little itchy to try them, so I took them out. As you can see, the frosting is still a little creamy. But anyway, these are the bite-sized peanut butter bars, no bake, and easy frosting. So I'm going to take a bite now. So as I said, they're a little rich. So yeah, you're going to definitely need some milk or water or some kind of drink to put these down. But anyway, this is the second no-bake dessert, and stay tuned for the third. Hey everyone, I'm going to do banana cream pudding pies, and I'll show you something new that I got from Amazon, because when I do pudding pies, Glenn does not like the pudding folded in with whipped topping. He just likes the plain pudding on graham cracker. So I like the pudding folded in with the whipped topping. So yeah, I find that we like a couple different things here. So I got something to settle that, and I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and make the pudding pie here, or the pudding, and then I'll show you what I did. Alright, so I have the banana pudding made. This is just banana pudding, 2 small boxes of banana cream pudding, 2.5 cups of milk, and just whisk it. So that's done. Now at this point I would normally fold in a tub of whipped topping, but Glenn doesn't like that. So, and I do, so I had to find something that we could each have our own. So I got these. Normally I make this in my 8x8 stainless steel pan with the cover, and since one likes one way, the other likes the other way, I went ahead and ordered 2 6x6 stainless steel baking pans with lids. They came as a set. So before I fold in whipped topping to mine, I'm going to make Glenn's right now. So this is his little 6x6. They're so cute. And all we like, and I don't do pie tins anymore, simply because we don't like crust. And I mentioned this in one of the last videos. We just don't like crust. So I use these squares because it's so easy to fill them with graham crackers just like that. I don't even crush my graham crackers for crust anymore. I just put them in like that. The pudding will eventually soften them up, and it'll be like there's no graham cracker there at all. So yeah, that's... Now I'm going to make Glenn's right now. And he's got his graham cracker there. And this is going to be it. This is how he wants his. All right, well, this is Glenn's pie. That's how he likes it. That's how he likes it, so that's how he's going to get it from now on. And the other thing that we differ on, when I make the no-bake eclair tort, that chocolate, thick chocolate frosting from semi-sweet chocolate chips, he loves that. I don't. So when we eat it, I tear the frosting off and I have no frosting. I do, however, like the frosting, a certain frosting that I make for peanut butter bars. So now I can do that frosting for myself and do the other frosting for Glenn. I know it seems like a lot of work, but you know what? I have nothing but time on my hands. So that's the way it is, I guess. So Glenn's is done. And now I'm just going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator. And I'm going to finish making mine. Alright, so for mine, I'm just going to fold in. I'm not going to use the whole tub of whipped topping since I'm not using all of the pudding. But I'll use a good portion of it. And the reason I like using the whipped topping when you put it in your pudding and fold it in, because the whipped topping, it sets better. The pudding won't break down as fast, and it just has a better set to it. So that's why I like it. So that's, I don't know, that's just what I'm doing. Alright, so this is all I'm doing to mine. And then I'm going to make mine. Yeah, by tomorrow you won't even be able to tell there's graham cracker in there. That's what we love about that. Guess I could have gave more pudding to Glenn. Ooh, mine's quite full. Yeah, I was going to do get 4x4 pans, but I thought maybe that's going to be too small. I think 6x6 will be good for both of us. Because then, yeah, that'll give us a couple days worth of desserts. So that's it. Got mine done. I'm going to go ahead and cover it, throw it in the fridge, let it set. Alright everyone, so this is going to be our third and final easy no-bake desserts. So what we're going to make now is a no-bake pumpkin pie. Or you can call it a no-bake cheesecake. I think it's pretty much the same thing. So I'll show you what I'm using. I have a 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin. I'm going to use some cinnamon. And for the seasonings, you can use like pumpkin spice or like nutmeg, ginger, and all that stuff. I'm just going to do cinnamon because that's all we have. I'm going to put some vanilla, a little bit of salt. The graham cracker is for our crust. You're going to need an 8-ounce pack of cream cheese softened. This has been out all day. Half a cup of packed in brown sugar. And some whipped topping. You can make your own whipped topping, or I'm just using the Great Value brand whipped topping. So I'm going to use half of it. I think half of it, or maybe like a cup of it for the dessert, inside the dessert itself, and some of it's going to be used to top the dessert when it's done and ready to be eaten. So I'm going to get a bowl. We're going to go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so the first thing I usually like to do is put the cream cheese in and mix it with the hand mixer so it creams it up. So that way it's a little easier to work with. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just start pouring in our ingredients. I've got the can of pumpkin puree all opened up here. Now I hope you enjoy this video. I've never done a video like this sorts. I do like meals we ate or something like that, but I've never done like you know, what this is. 3 easy no bake desserts. So if you like this kind of stuff and you want me to continue to do these kind of videos, just drop a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. All right, so you got your pumpkin in there, your brown sugar, and for cinnamon, I'm just going to put a tablespoon of cinnamon. You can use how much you want of your spices. I'm almost out of cinnamon. I've had this thing for so long, and since I started baking at home, I've been going through seasonings and other baking items really fast. So I'm just going to throw that in there. Then I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm almost finished with this. This is at the very bottom. I can't believe I go through vanilla this fast. This is a half teaspoon, so I'm going to do 2 of those for a teaspoon. And then we're going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to enhance flavors a little bit. Okay, and we can kind of mix it in together a little bit with the spatula, but then I'm going to go in with the hand mixer and mix it all together. Oh, I can really smell that cinnamon. Yeah, the spices are up to you, what you want to use. Alright, so I'm going to mix this together now. Alright, so now I'm just going to fold in some whipped topping. I don't want to put my spatula in here. And then, oh yeah, don't want to mix that in. I want to fold it in. Okay, so now we're just going to fold this whipped topping in. Alright everyone, so now we are just going to, this is our 8x8 pan, obviously. So I'm just going to line these with graham crackers. And this is really by far the easiest way to do the crust. And then all we're going to do is fill it up now. You can, like I said, you can call this a no-bake pumpkin pie or a no-bake pumpkin cheesecake because it does have cream cheese in it. It's kind of like the no-bake cheesecake that I make. And I believe I have that one, and I think that's the first dessert I made in this video. So when this sets, it'll be like, obviously it'll set like almost like a pumpkin pie where you'll be able to cut the pieces out. Now you can cover this with whipped topping if you'd like. Glenn doesn't always like the whipped topping, so I'll just leave it that way and then put the whipped topping on my own piece. So that's all there is to this dessert. Thankfully my 8x8 has a cover to it. And I'm going to put it in the fridge until we're ready to eat dessert tonight, which is probably about 5 hours away. So, all right. So I will be back when we plate it. All right, everyone. So this pumpkin, no bake pumpkin pie slash tort, whatever you want to call it, has been in the refrigerator for about 4.5 hours now. So I've already cut a piece for my husband and I, but just want to show you what the side looks like as far as being set. So it's only been 4.5 hours, so it's not completely set yet. But of course, me being a pumpkin lover, I can't wait for the morning. So by tomorrow, it should set really well. And so I've cut myself a piece. And as you can see right here, it's not set well, but you can still eat it. There's nothing in there that you can't eat right now. It's just a matter of settings. I think I'm going to go ahead and close this video out now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch it. This is 3 easy no-bake desserts. I have to say my favorite of the 3 is the no-bake cheesecake. I absolutely love that. And then the banana pudding tort. And then the pumpkin. I am a pumpkin lover, but I love pumpkin pie. So when it comes to pumpkin, I would prefer the pumpkin pie over a pumpkin, no-bake pumpkin pie like this, or a tort, whatever you want to call it. So that's just my honest opinion. If I were to ever do this again, I would add probably some pumpkin spice or something. It does have a pumpkin flavor. It's missing, I think with the whipped topping, you definitely need the whipped topping on top for that sweetness part of it. So that's, again, just my opinion. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see me do more videos like this, whether it's easy desserts or cheap meals or anything like that, drop it down in the comments. And I will continue to work on these kind of videos. So, all right. So with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.